28. Stream existence through every part of your being. The uncarved block is whole, undivided, a shapeless form. Emerge into yourself. Befriend your complementary natures. Honor both the female and male inhabiting you. White and black, dark, light, soft, hard, enlighten and shadow as you form patterns in your unblemished nature with your seeming opposites. Embrace paradox. Know your patterns, and there is nothing you cannot do. Honor who you are, and yet beat a path toward indifference. Be like the Tao and accept the 10,000 things as they are. If you and existence inhabit one another, your authentic self will emerge, carrying you to the source of your first breath, to the first moments of unlimited potential, when as the uncarved block, all life spread out before you, before any bias, awaiting the Tao to carve its imprint into your soul. From nothing, the Tao authors all being. The sage knows that both her tools and the materials of her existence were born of the same mother. She does not confuse her imagination with the mystery of the Tao that holds everything in place with the character of change and asks you to trust. At birth, wholes fall into fragments, and people scramble through life, trading one arrangement for another. People become prized through the utility of being carved. Rulers and leaders move pawns according to their value. The sage recaptures her original wholeness through the Tao, letting the pieces fall wherever they may, mindful that like smoke in the atmosphere, they are little more than distractions to descending into the complete originality of her being. The uncarved block is eternally complete and receptive. The challenge for the sage is to inhabit flow in the quest for harmony. Like water, the Tao is clear, honest, and authentic. "29. That which is not broken needs no fixing. That which is never out of alignment does not need maintenance. Perfection can't be adjusted, taken apart, or improved. Those who sit in judgment of the world's character fail to understand the Tao. One who is wise learns the rhythms of change, when to move ahead or drop behind, when to stand tall or kneel, when to be up or down, when it is safe or dangerous, when storms, cosmic shifts, and human pestilence disturb the surface, reality endures. It remains perfect, ineffable, unaltered by time's imprint. The Tao demonstrates that the deep structures of existence are both beyond change and the source of all phenomena. Wound into the Tao's eternal nature, everything manifests as it should. If you try to resist the Tao, it will wear you down. If you try to wrestle with the Tao, it will win. If you try to conquer the Tao, you will learn the limits of being human. Learn to unfold gracefully into the essence of who you are. The sage knows how life evolves toward perfection of the Tao. What purpose do excess, extravagance, or entitlement serve? The smallest grain of sand contains the mystery of the cosmos. Pay attention. We are guests of the Tao. Learn from less, not more. "30. Whatever is right for its time and place never needs force. If something doesn't fit naturally, force is not the solution. Leaders ruling in accord with the Tao do not force reality to bend. Rulers who seek control and compliance invite conflict, opposition. Briars, weeds, and thorns populate their orchards. When ministers set themselves apart from the Tao, people feed on complaints and promises. Hungry for results, dreams sour. Everyone becomes anxious, impatient, uncooperative. One who is wise does not force the bud open in search of flowers. The sage waits for the right time and place. He is observant and reflective. Patience is his strength. He awakens right livelihood by looking inside himself. When your time is right, fill your doing with your own being. Seek counsel, but become skilled in choosing wisely. Do not force your decision to satisfy another's dreams. Plant seeds in soil where they can grow. Allow space for emptiness and prosperity. Let your efforts reflect the Tao. Finish what you start. The sage does not force things to get his way. He overcomes obstacles by shaping circumstances to everyone's benefit, balancing intentions with possibilities, mindful how everything can best serve the Tao. Being is always in perpetual harmony. It is people who challenge how things are, who originate conflict. Seeking dominion over the 10,000 things goes against the Tao. Only fools force the hand of nature. Be like water. Learn to flow. Coercion and force may work for a while, but lacking harmony with the Tao, instability is certain to set in. Whatever keeps with the Tao never needs force. Whatever keeps with the Tao endures. Whatever works against the Tao is not long for this world. Things ebb and flow, always coming and going. This is the way of nature. This is the way of the Tao. "31. No one conquers the Tao." Humanity is filled with warriors, politicians, and tricksters. Diligent people determined to exceed their station by seeking to profit from division, from imbalance, from conflict. They build fortresses, fragmenting the world for control. Left and right become polarized, one favored over the other. Rulers, instead of bringing things together, drive things apart, trying to eliminate rather than hold tensions. For one side to win, the other must lose. Doomed from the start, eventually, these rulers are despised. By their own hands, they will collapse. There is no excellence in violence or weapons. There is no wisdom in trading in fear or destruction. A warrior who hurts some life harms all life. One who narrows the path by making one way the only way creates chaos and unrest, undermining harmony. Those who go against the laws of nature are doomed. One who awakens his true calling in the Tao honors nature. Like all existence, humanity is called by the Tao. The chatter of the 10,000 things can be loud and convincing. Listen, what do you hear? The sage knows how to pay attention skillfully, becoming adept at recognizing who and what to trust. All nature faces danger. The sage learns the ways of adversity. Be mindful of your strengths and weaknesses. Punctuate your speech with silence. Interrupt your thoughts with periods of reflection. Be still. At home, the sage honors the need for rest and restoration. In conflict, he honors actions that fulfill his mission. Make peace a priority, but do not use violence to achieve victory. Use weapons as a last resort, and if weapons must be used, work like a surgeon on the battlefield. Precise tactics and compassion minimize harm. Knowing what not to do is indispensable. Timed appropriately, inaction can be the critical determinant. Remember, good strategy adapts to changing circumstances. For the warrior serving humanity, it is essential to listen to the Tao. No one wins by antagonizing the Great Mother. The sage devotes time to healing after conflict. It is not time to crow or rejoice. The sage does not celebrate when harm comes to others. It is a time for remorse, sorrow, and grief. Every death is a birth, every victory a funeral. "32. The essence of simplicity. The Tao has no parallel. It is the one being that completely fills the potential of all its possibility. Transcending form, the Tao is nameless and cannot be named. Everything else fits into categories, into divisions with names, and connected to everything else in the great web of being as all the parts of the 10,000 things. Once the mind perceives itself as part of reality, separations arise. People organize themselves and their worlds according to divisions of preference, function, and value. The Tao is beyond mastery and being managed. Would that kings and leaders become one with the Tao. If they could but inhabit a glimmer of the Tao's radiance, heaven and earth would bask in abundance, love, and harmony. Everything would be carried upon a path toward such a kingdom. Without the conflicts created by the temptations of the 10,000 things, everyone, through their affinity with the Tao's oneness, would live in supreme compatibility, not by the dictates of rulers, but by the inherent goodness woven into oneness with the Tao. The forms of the separations create illusions of distance from the Tao. Like street signs, forms point the way, but they are not the way. All parts have names, but these are just forms, not essence. They are not reality, just simple signs by which everyone navigates. One who mistakes names and separations for reality itself is deluded, while everyone else is held back from the truth of the Tao by the mind's ways of thinking. The sage is not deceived by the manipulative nature of the 10,000 things whose purpose is to confuse the unenlightened mind about the true nature of reality. Time is made possible by the comings and goings of an entire cosmos breathing goodness. into a world pulsating with aliveness. All phenomena reveal the Tao everywhere and nowhere. Awareness only seems to separate the perceiving mind from the webs of the Tao's manifestations. The sage knows the Tao is continuous, never subject to separation. The sage knows that reality conforms to the lens producing the view. The sage knows we are born from the Tao into a world whose purpose is to reveal the illusions of our separations so that we can find our way home to the reality of the Tao we never actually left. Nothing exists that is not the Tao. Separations point the way to the Tao. As rivers end in the sea, all waters flow home according to the Tao. "33. Observe, harvest, cultivate, relinquish yourself. Knowledge is an ingredient for intelligence. Intelligence is more than knowledge and being smart. Neither knowledge nor intelligence is necessary or sufficient for wisdom. Neither knowledge, intelligence, nor wisdom guarantees enlightenment. One who masters others has power. One who masters oneself has control. One who knows others is wise. One who knows oneself is enlightened. One who cultivates needs and desires can never be rich enough. One with the Tao is truly rich, needs nothing, and always has enough. Using force to handle situations awakens opposition. Using timing enables situations to approach gracefully. One who is governed by circumstances lives in relentless pursuit. One centered in the Tao never shifts governance away from the Tao. The sage is never in pursuit and always where he should be. To endure forever, be still. Be in the Tao at the center that is beyond all change. 34. Like water filling a one-of-a-kind vessel, the Tao inhabits every part of existence, flowing effortlessly, endlessly, from left to right, ebbing from high to low, never demanding compliance, indifferent to all the honor it deserves for all it provides. The Tao supports everything unceasingly, never denying anyone or anything that reality needs to fulfill itself. Woven into the hearts of the 10,000 things, the Tao displays neither favoritism nor bias in bringing forth harmony. People imagine this is just the way things are supposed to be. No one remotely suspects the invisible hand of the Tao, creating the right places for the large, the small, and the in-between. The Tao nourishes and sustains everything, making everything fit, nameless and formless, as the substance of eternal variety and change. The Tao is all that is, giving rise to every name and every form. Understandably, everyone calls the Tao great, though few truly comprehend the extent of the Tao's goodness. Mirroring the Tao however humanly possible, the sage is humbled by the Tao's magnificent capability. She is unpretentious, acting with genuine humility, claiming not a moment of fame for herself, even though she does great things in service of the Tao. What else is there for the Tao to do but be? The eternal provider. The Tao is the infinite well of nourishment for all being. "35. Hold to the still point of being to awaken the infinity of paths. That which is pathless makes all paths possible. Even when changes call out with pain and discomfort, the Tao comforts, mothering serenity and peace. Music, sounds of people congregating, the wafting aromas of delicious foods signal merriment along the way, causing people to stop. Yet, seen in relation to the Tao, ephemeral pleasures are no match. Thrills and excitement quickly evaporate like smoke in the wind. If you taste, sweet attractions lose appeal. If you look, colors become invisible. There is nothing to see. If you listen, sounds vanish into silence. There is nothing to hear. The Tao sustains, never needs replenishing. It is inexhaustible. One may seek fulfillment in the parade of the personal, but desire is a relentless master. It will outrun every satisfaction, hooking new infatuations to one's attachments. Desire is endless, exhausting, and impossible to satisfy. The sage knows he must choose between exhaustion and the serenity of the Tao. Seriously, is this really any kind of choice? "36. Each of the 10,000 things is married to its opposite. Every element of everything is a child of the Great Mother, celebrating partnership with its complement in the Tao. There are no orphans in the great field of being. Oneness remains exclusively with the Tao and all that is in it. Male inhabited by female. Universal made possible by the particular. Fire united with earth, air, and the waters. For something to be, it must be connected with everything else. Thus, the Tao is expressed. For something to shrink, first it must grow. For something to fail, it must first succeed. To be contained, it must first be free. To be rid, you must first take possession. To take possession, there must first be availability. Thus, the Tao is infinite availability. What moves toward ruin must have already risen. What moves toward excess is guided by fears of loss. Life and death are lenses for bringing each other into view. This teaching is called the subtle way of all things. Everything is a child of oneness. Weakness overcomes strength. Water smooths stone. Soft prevails over rigidity. Silence conquers sound. Nets and hooks await fish leaving deep waters. If you have weapons, do not display them. Let mystery be the heart of what people see. Let your results speak for you.